Welcome to your deep back bend class. I'm going to be taking you guys to a full warm-up, and also we're going to be using a 13-inch wheel, a wall, and your yoga mat. So make sure you place your yoga mat next to a wall, as we are going to be utilizing the wall at the end of this class. And if you cannot do all full class, then you can always come back to it next week or after 2 weeks, and you will notice that you will improve every time you try this class again. Okay, grab some water and let's begin. Alright, let's start standing anywhere on your mat. I want your feet wider than your hips for better stability. And let's start to roll our shoulders back first. And let's take a deep breath in. You can close your eyes and exhale out. Good. Now let's reverse the shoulder rotation, forward and back. Inhale. And exhale. There's really no right or wrong here. You could move as slow or as fast as you desire. Continuing to breathe. Good. Relax your shoulders, making sure they're away from your ears. Open your eyes. Have your hands to a T-shaped position, and we're just going to start to twist our body to the right and then to the left. There's really no right or wrong, however fast or slow you would like to do. You just want to really observe your twisting and that screw kind of a body, right? And with each breath, you want to go deeper with the twist, maybe twisting farther. Good. Okay, back to your center. Shake it up. And let's reach our hands up overhead. Inhale. Interlace your fingers and index fingers up. Exhale, bend to the right and stretch that left foot to the left. Opposite direction, really stretch the side body. Ribcage tucking in and stretch even more. Breathe in here. Breathe out. One more breath cycle. Stretch fully. Inhale. Exhale, come back to your center. Beautiful job. Let's do that on the other side. Big breath in. Interlace the fingers, index fingers up. Exhale, bend to the opposite direction. Right foot steps to the right side. Ribcage tuck in and stretch some more. Breathe in. Breathe out here. Good. Stretch the body. Inhale. And exhale back to your center. Good. All right, let's open the feet as wide as you can. Okay, and I want your heels facing towards the midline. Toes are pointing out. So kind of like a V shape with your feet. Okay, from here, you're going to start to bend both of your knees. Okay, you can place your hands onto your waistline. And then making sure that your navel is drawing in. You know, you got a good posture. Ribcage is drawing together and down. That's what I mean when I say tuck in your ribcage. And then really just feeling your crease of your inner thighs where it's at, right? You want to really make sure that every hip joint, everything, we're going to be warming up everything, because for us to really go deep to back bends, you want to really warm up the shoulder mobility, or, you know, have your shoulder mobility really up and running, and also your hip joints. Breathe. Good. Now, have your groin area parallel to your knees. Now from here, I want you to scoot your feet outside more. So ideally, I want your knees stacked on top of your heels. Okay, and then deeper down, ribcage in. Good. You can have your hands onto your knees. Stay here. And we're just braining this way, right? Loosening the groin area. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stay there. I know it's braining. You got this. Okay, inhale. Reach your hands up. Stretch your knees all the way up. And exhale, cactus your arms. You're going to come into your goddess pose. Good. So elbows are in line. Okay? From here, you're going to extend your forearms to touch and open up with your bent knees. Stay there. And we're going to do this for 5. Open. 4. Open. Close. 3. Open. 2. Open. Last one, close and open. Now reach all the way up, stretch your knees, stretch your legs. Breathe in and exhale. You're gonna dive all the way down to your wide-legged fold. Now fingertips down on the mat. You're gonna pivot your heels coming into this shape. Toes are towards the midline, so opposite direction now, and the heels are splaying out. So kind of like an A shape with your feet. And we're just stretching this side now, or the back side of your legs, between the inner thighs, and you will feel it. It might be different for each and every one of us, but mainly you're stretching the backs of your legs here. Now you can continue to pulse it up and down. Breathe in and out. Good. All right, now you're gonna pivot again your feet, heels turning inside as your toes are out. Good job. Now fold some more. Inhale, find your flat back. And exhale to fold. Good. We're hitting all the angles in our stretch. All right, find your flat back, and then you're gonna come again all the way out. Feet out, heels are towards the midline, toes are pointing out. The widest you could go. And then from here, you're gonna start to bend your knees, and then your fingertips are still on the mat. Okay, so now reach all the way up, stretch your knees, and then bend your groin. Your knees, groin down. Again, stretch your knees, bend your knees. Good. Stretch and bend. All right, it's very, very wide. Now, I want you to come again onto your goddess pose, all the way up, cactus your arms, and see how it feels now, right? A little bit more loosened up. Good. Now let's do some twists. You can have your hands onto your knees, and you're gonna dip your right shoulder down towards the midline, and you're gonna twist your body. You can look to the left side. Breathe in, stay there, breathe out. Hold for 3. Hold 2, dip it down, twist. 1, back to your center. Good. Let's do that on the other side. Inhale. And exhale, left shoulder down towards the midline. Twist to the right side. Look to the right. Breathe. Stay there for 3. Twist your body. 2. And 1. Come back to your center. Reach all the way up. Stretch your knees. Good job. Cactus your arms for 3. Up. Breathe in. Exhale. Cactus. 2. Goddess pose. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. 1. Good job. Now you're going to close your hands and then interlace your fingers. You're going to twist and to the right as you come to your low lunge. So you're going to bring that left knee in to the midline. Coming to your low lunge, drop the back knee down. Good. All right, now we're gonna do this again on the other side. Bring the back knee up, coming into your goddess pose, and then towards the other side, low lunge. Good job. All right, let's do this again. Lift the back knee up. Goddess, you're not rushing this movement. You want to really feel that rotation of your hip socket, right? As you drop down, lift up. Now goddess, you're rotating that. And then this one, right? Internally rotating, dropping the back knee, lifting it again up, back to your goddess pose. Let's do one more set. To the right, drop it down, low lunge. Goddess. To the left, drop the back knee, low lunge. Okay, now we're gonna stay here. All right, so drop your fingertips on the ground. Knee is stacked on top of your heel. From here, you're gonna push all the way back, coming into your half splits or the Hanuman Asana. And I want your left foot really flat on the mat. Okay? From here, stick out your butt, find that flat back, breathe in, and exhale to fold. Flatten that foot, really point the toes if you need to. Good. Stay here, but breathe for 5, 4, normal breaths, 3, 2, and 1. Push forward to your low lunge. Beautiful job. Now I want you to sink your hips down deeper, right? You might be over here, wherever you are. It doesn't have to look like how I look. Just feel your own body. You want to really feel the stretch with your own sensation, right? Continuing to breathe. Observing every part of your body. Beautiful job. Push back. Ardha Hanumanasana. But this time, you're going to flex that left foot. So heel ground fully down, toes are pointing up. Good. Now, notice this belly and thigh connection. You could really get this connection. Stick out your butt. And I like you to still have your back toes curled under. Just to also really warm up the toes this way, right? So it's really bending everything. The ankle, the toes. right? Everything is really stretching. All right. Shift forward. Anjaneyasana. Good. Push back. Ardha Hanumanasana. Let's do this for 3. Forward. Back. 2. Forward. Back. 1. And stay here again. We're going to loosen. Good. Now you could either stay here, or if it's within your practice, you can come onto your full Hanumanasana. All right? So you're just going to slide your heel forward, coming into your full splits. Good. And now we're just going to like fold ourselves even more. And I want you to focus on really flex foot for now. And then point the toes. Breathe. Good. Now just finding your steady breath. You want to relax your muscles. It's important when you do flexibility that you're not so tensed, right? You want your muscles to be relaxed. Okay, coming onto your fingertips as you bring your torso all the way up. Good. I want my toes both pointing. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Now your right hand will sweep up all the way, and then you're gonna really twist to the left as you drop the forearm to the right side, and then the left forearm, like this shape, right? You're kind of like in a Pincha Mayurasana. This way, flatten your forearms down, and you're twisting your body. I know it is intense, but you got that. Stay for 3, 2, 1. Coming back all the way to your center. Good. And then you're going to curl the back toes under, lift that back knee up and your groin area as you come into your low lunge. So bend your knee, front knee, drop the back knee down. Good job. Now from here, you're going to really lift that back knee up and drop it down. Okay? Now I want you to try to do it with your hands in a prayer position. See if you could lift the back knee up. High lunge. Beautiful job. Stay there. 3, 2, and 1. Stretch your hands all the way up. Inhale. And then exhale. You're going to twist to the left and drop the hands down. Good. Up. Crescent lunge. And then twist to the opposite side or opposite direction of that lunge. So your twisted lunge. Again, up. Twisted lunge. Good. Crescent lunge. Crescent twist. Last one. Crescent lunge. Find your balance, strong legs, crescent twist. Beautiful job. Now from here, you're going to drop that left hand can drop behind the right thigh. Now your right hand will thread behind, underneath that leg. And then you're going to try to clasp them together. It doesn't have to clasp wherever you are. I'm not going to do it because I have my right wrist injury and I don't want to push it. But you definitely bind here. That's the goal. You're twisting your body and you're dipping now your belly onto the thighs to really twist the body. Hold 3. I know you're burning 2. And 1, me too, I'm burning. All right, drop your fingertips down and you're just gonna stretch your front knee coming into your triangle pose. Right hand sweeps all the way up. Good, Trikonasana, look up. Breathe here. Find that sensation. Good job. How are you doing? All right, drop the right hand down. And you're just going to slide your left foot closer stance towards the other foot. Good, coming into your pyramid shape now, right? So find your flat back, inhale, and exhale to fold down. Beautiful job. Stay there and breathe. Okay, right hand drops down or fingertips, depending on how you're feeling. Bring yourself halfway, and then left hand sweeps all the way up. Inhale, and exhale here. Good job. This is a revolved pyramid shape. Stay there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the left hand down, and you're gonna transition to your Skandasana from this. So bend the front knee, and then you're gonna try to spin that outer right thigh, external rotation, and then internal rotation. Okay, trying to keep that knee float from the mat. So you're not dropping it, it's not low lunge, right? So you're just basically doing this. You could have your right hand actually grab that inner thigh so you feel your own joint, right? Twist it out, twist it in. Beautiful job. Twist it out and in. You want your hip joint to be really like loosen up, right? So if you imagine your hip socket like this, you want that to be like this, lubricated, right? And this is kind of what we're doing here. So focusing on that, and I want you to really have that left foot just like parallel to the side of the mat. So you're not twisting here, right? You're not doing Skandasana, you're really just focusing on opening that hip joint and then internally rotating. Good. All right, now I know it is burning because I'm really like burning too. I'm feeling whatever you're feeling. Good. Now all the way, we're gonna transition to our Skandasana. So you could either sit on your bum, if that's comfortable for you, right? How are you feeling now? Good. Better, right? You're now more loosened up. All right, from here, and the idea here of the Skandasana is that you want your knees out, right? A lot of people want their like heels out or in, depending on how you're feeling. I'm not really very particular with that because everybody has a different ankle mobility. And then, a lot of people probably is more comfortable outside. But if you have very good ankle mobility, you can bring it inside. It doesn't really have to be stacked. It really depends on your body. And I'm just talking here, so we just wait and stretch. Whew, you could even pulse it up forward and back. Good. Whew, now we're gonna do the Skandasana twist. Really love this. So I want you to inhale, left shoulder will go in that knee, right? So inhale, open up your arms, look up, and then as you exhale, you're gonna try to bind. Lean down so it's easier to clasp your fingertips from behind. Beautiful job. And you're exhaling here, and then you're gonna drop those hands down, trying to straighten the elbows, and then opening the shoulders now. You notice the right shoulder is opening up, and then this one is internally rotating, the left shoulder, right? So it's in opposite direction. Now let's try to play with that right foot. Point the toes, and then flex the foot. Good. Point, and flex. Whew, it's very hot. Continuing to point and flex. Good. Now maybe staying to wherever it feels good for you. Breathe. Good job. Release the bind, slow and controlled. Then let's do the twist. Grab at your ankle, left ankle with the right hand, outside. Left hand sweeps all the way up. Inhale. Now, it's okay if you're farther, that's fine. Wherever you are that is comfortable, this is very accessible to a lot of people. Maybe you just can't lean all the way, maybe you're here and that is fine. At least you're trying your very best to grab the foot, all right? And then look up. Of course, if you can lean onto your leg, then that's great. If not, again, just find the stretch for you. Another option here, if you can't do that, is that you could just like drop the right hand or forearm and then do this. Right? It's to help support you if it's too hard for you to kind of bend and stretch the side body. Good. Coming back all the way up to sit up. Beautiful job. Hands forward. And then you're going to lift your bum all the way up. Beautiful job. Now, if you still remember, we're going to do everything what we did on here to the right side so it's even out. Now, you're going to bend the right knee and you're going to come onto your Skandasana on this other side, okay? So adjust yourself. Find what works best for you. Okay, good. Now, we're going to come into this low lunge first. Right foot now, forward. So parallel to the mat, and then really feel this now. Again, stretching. We're now gonna rotate the left joint hip area. So now, coming into that neutral position, and then opening, externally rotating again. Internal rotation or neutral and open, depending on how you are or where you're at. So you wanna follow how you're feeling. If it's very much like a neutral position or internal. And I really want you to keep this as parallel to this side of the mat as possible, right? So again, you're not rotating that foot. And you can, of course, have your hands or fingertips support you. And notice as I twist like this way, my heel is down on the ground and toes are up. This really helps with that hip joint and stretching the hamstrings and the legs, every part of your legs. Woo, all the way. And then I'll meet you in Skandasana when you're ready. So again, that right foot now can be like a V, half V shape or parallel to the edges of the mat, depending on how you're feeling, right? Sit on your bum. Good, find what works best for you. Knee is out of your torso, and then your right shoulder is inside. Inhale, open your arms very wide, look up. And exhale, you're gonna try to clasp your fingertips behind, right? And then drop the hands down. Open the left shoulder, peel, and open that, right? So if you can't bind, it means that you're very tight in your shoulder here. You wanna roll this with a ball. Stay here, breathe. And now how are you feeling, right? Very much loosened up with the hips. Hopefully. Sweaty. All right, now to release, just come out of the bind slowly and back to your center. Good. Now we're gonna face the right side of the mat, coming into our low lunge. So drop that back knee down, curled under, the toes still behind. And then you're just gonna stay here in your Anjaneyasana. Adjust yourself. And maybe torso up if you like that feeling. And then you could drop your hands to your knees or thighs. Sink deeper. Maybe give it some pulses. 5, 4, baby pulses. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now drop the fingertips down, and you're gonna push back, straighten that front knee, point the toes, flatten that right foot down on the mat, and really just stretch that. Good. Try to square your hips as much as possible. Inhale, find your flat back, and exhale to fold. Stay there. 3, 2, and 1. Now you're gonna come into that low lunge, bend the front knee, and then push back again, half splits, or Ardha Hanuman with that flexed right foot. Boom. Good job. Now heel is down, toes are pointing all the way up. Stretch, square your hips. Look back to see if your hips are squared. So if you're like this, leaning to the left, leaning to the right, make sure that both hip joints are facing forward. That's the hip squared hips rather. Stay there. Good. Forward and back. Let's do this for 5. Forward and back. 4. Forward and back. 3. Forward and back. 2. Last one. Forward and back. I'm going to flatten my foot onto the mat. Good job. A few more here, wherever you are. Just feeling that nice stretch. Good. Now low lunge. You're going to curl that back toes if you're not there yet, and lift that back knee all the way up. Beautiful job. High lunge. Now crescent lunge. Big breath in. Reach your hands up. Stretch your body some more, rib cage in. You're not back bending, you're lengthening your spine this way. And then exhale, you're gonna twist to the right. Good. Again, crescent. Exhale, twist to the right. Hold that position with your legs, really stretch your legs. Strong feet, strong legs. Good. Continuing to do crescent and the twist. Crescent and twist. And really stretch your arms fully, right? So you're warming up the arms also. You want the arms to be really shoulder mobility good for your back bends. Good. Last two, crescent lunge and twist. And then crescent lunge and twist. Good job. Now, I'll meet you in crescent. Now, I want you to lean your belly to your thigh. Now, adjust your stance if you need closer stance with your legs. Okay, from here, drop that right hand down to the right side, and your left hand will thread this way, right? Now you can really face to the right or back to help you with that twist, right? So you could drop that left fingertips down to help you, and right hand will now be behind you, threading and clasp your fingertips if you can. This is a very advanced posture with a bind. So if you can't bind, you could just like do this, right? Eventually, you'll be able to bind. Really twist your body and forward, bend the right knee. Stay for 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to your high lunge. Good, crescent lunge. And then from here, I want you to ground the heel back. Good, straighten that front knee, coming into your Trikonasana. Shift forward, halfway lift. Good, drop the right hand down or fingertips, and left hand sweeps all the way up to look up. Good. Your Trikonasana, stay here. 5. Breathe normally. 4, 3. Hold the position. 2, and 1. Good job. Drop the left fingertips down, and again, you're going to slide that right foot closer to your left leg. Good. To where it's comfortable for that nice pyramid shape. Right? You could adjust that back foot to where it's comfortable for you. So ground the left fingertips down, and right hand sweeps all the way up for your revolved pyramid. Look up. Breathe normally. 3 more seconds. For 3. Breathe. 2. And 1. Now this time we're going to do it differently. Let's see if you could come all the way up to standing with this twist. Good. That was a little bit hard. Now all the way up. And then coming again into your goddess pose. Good job. Now how are you feeling? Lower body? Probably very mobile now. Loosened up. Okay. Now from our goddess pose, we're going to do a eagle hands. Have your hands in a T-shaped position, and then we're going to bring the right hand or arm over to the left. Both of the eye of your elbow are stacked on top of each other. Palms are facing up. Then you're going to intertwine your forearms, right? So going towards the midline and all the way twisting palms to touch. Beautiful job. From here, I want your elbows parallel to your shoulders. So if you're down here, making sure to lift it all the way up. Right? Lock your core, meaning bend your knees in that goddess position. We are burning, right? And the navel towards the spine, rib cage down, and just lift the elbows up and the hands and down. Good. Lift it up. Lock your core. You're not moving your torso. You're just feeling this from your shoulder blades. Whew. And breathe. Ideally, I like inhaling as I lift up and exhaling as I bring it down. Maybe you like it the other way around. Whatever you feel with your breath rhythm. I just want you to be comfortable and relax your muscles. All right. To release, just do it slowly and then shake it up. Now let's stretch the knees first. Beautiful job. Reach your hands all the way. Inhale. And exhale, we're just going to fold a quick wide-legged fold. I like to turn my feet. Again, my toes are pointing towards the midline and my heels are out. So depending on you. But ideally, this is like the best wide-legged fold for your legs. All right, then you can grab the ankles and fold down. You could either stay here or have your hands forward, stretch it fully. Or another option is you could slide it underneath or thread it behind your bum. Breathe. Good job. Now slow and steady, bringing yourself back up. Okay, coming again to that goddess position. So feet, pivot your feet, heels towards the midline, goddess pose. Good. All right, now extend again your arms. This time, we're going to do it on the opposite side. Left arm all the way up to the other arm. Eye of your elbows are up, palms are up, intertwining your forearms and palms to touch. Good. And then elbows parallel to your shoulders. Breathe in, lift it up. Lock your core, breathe out. Bring it down. Again, breathe in. Lock your core, bring it down. Good. A few more. Repeatedly, depending on your own pace. If you want it faster or slower. And if you want it faster, you really feel that. Your shoulder blades moving up and down, right? It's a good shoulder mobility for the scapula. Good. And maybe release. Good. Stretch your knees. And how are you feeling? All right. Whoo, burning the legs. Okie dokie. Now, let's put our bellies down on the mat. Okay? And we're going to start a little bit of our back bends without the wheel yet, okay? All right, so have your belly down. And when you're here, I want you to have your fingertips outside of the mat, okay? So to strengthen the fingertips too. Press the tops of your feet firmly on the mat, making sure that your femur is in a neutral position. So you're not collapsing down or out, right? Press the knees down. Good. From here, you're gonna roll your spine all the way up. Slowly rather. Cobra pose, cobra waves. And then down. So up and then down. And I want you to close your eyes. Get a feel of each vertebra move all the way up. And all the way down. Femur is neutral. Your legs are also active. So you're not sloppy, right? Everything is engaged. Good. I'll meet you in Sphinx pose. So forearms forward. You can measure the distance of your forearms by grabbing it with your hands. And then hands forward. Beautiful job. Stay here for a few breaths. Making sure that your neck is long. Shoulders are very much away from your ears. So you're not slouching. Bring it all the way up. Feel tall. Good. When you're ready, we're going to do some twists. So I want your right forearm to be parallel to the tops of the mat, this way. Find that stable spot, let go of that left hand, and see if this is stable enough for you. Okay, once you find that adjustment wherever you are on the mat, I want your left hand sweeping back. Okay, now at this time, I want your hip joints both grounded. You're not lifting that hip joint, right? So I want you to really open and peel the shoulders this way. Look to the left. Good. Stay there. Breathe. And then we're going to pulse, okay? So palm facing forward wherever you're facing, and then you're just going to pulse it back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's do that on the other side. Switch arms. Left forearm down, right arm all the way back. Hip joints down. Don't let it raise up. And then look back. Now peel again the shoulders. Stay there for a few breaths. Okay, now we're going to pulse. Ready? 5, 4, maybe bigger. 3, I want you to really feel that shoulder. 2, and 1. Switch sides. Beautiful job. Now all the way, left hand sweeps back. This time, you're going to bend the opposite knee. Good. All right, so left hand is back, right knee is bent. Now you're gonna grab that foot, right? This time you can peel that left hip joint to grab the outside of the right foot. Now from here, you're gonna stay here. Now shoulders away from the ears, and then stretch. Twist the body, back bend, everything is engaged. Breathe. Good, now release slowly, and we'll do that on the opposite side. Left forearm down, right hand all the way back. Bend the left knee and grab the outside of your ankle. Beautiful job. Now stay here, look back or to the right side. I like doing this sometimes with my eyes closed. I'm really feeling it. Good. Drop it down. And we're doing last set. Whew, very sweaty. Our AC, I think, is turned off. All right. Right forearm down. And same thing. You're doing that again. But this time, as you grab that ankle, you're going to lift the knee up from the mat all the way. Now you feel your quads going to burn here. Your glutes are engaged. And you're really lifting it all the way up high. Point the toes. Good. Hold. 5, 4. Lift. 3. Back bend. 2. 1, all the way down. And let's do that on the other side. Left forearm drops down. Peel that right shoulder back. Good. Bend the opposite knee. Grab the outside of that ankle and lift the knee up. Good. Work on everything. Your muscles are engaged. Hold. 5, 4. Point the toes. Squeeze the glutes. 2. All the way. Long 1, and drop it all the way down. Good job, you guys. Okie dokie. Now let's take some Dhanurasana or bow pose. Okay, I like my bow pose this time with my feet together, just because this allows me for just deeper back bend. If you need your knees out, that's fine, okay? We're gonna be all different depending on the sensation you're trying to do, okay? Now grab your ankles with your feet or with your hand, whatever you want, inside or outside of the ankle, your feet. There's so many options. And then you can lift your knees up. And all the way, I really just want to hold this for 10. Breathe. 9, 8, 7, you got this. 6, 5, work on your muscles. 4, back strong. 3, 2, and 1. Release. And push back to your child's pose to rest. Breathe. Good. Are you still there? We got one last thing before we do the wheel, okay? We're gonna do some core work on our forearms. All right, so I want you to have your forearms down on the mat this way, okay? And then you're just gonna stay comfortable here. So find your distance, okay? And then from here, I want you to try to lift your bum up. I like my feet about hip distance apart. Okay, lift the bum and then stack your knees below your heel. Now, all the way, you're gonna lift it up, but you're not puffing out your chest. Navel in, rib cage drawing together, again, tucking in. And then from here, I want your elbows closer towards each other. Try to see if you could clasp them together. This requires a lot of shoulder mobility. So if you can't do it, then you need to work on your shoulder mobility more, right? Or maybe closer elbow stance, right? Puff out the chest, butt, navel in, rib cage in. Now from here, you can drop your palms down. That is very intense. I know. We're holding 5, 4, squeeze the glutes, 3, 2, and 1. Drop. Ooh, I know, it is intense. All right, now stretch your legs. Point the toes. And I like my bum underneath my fingertips. This is like the perfect stance for me for my reverse forearm table plank. This way. So find what works best for you. We're going to be different depending on the length of your bone structure, right? So from here, I like to point my toes and then lift it up. So ideally, your elbows should be on top of your shoulders, right? And then really find that stable spot. Okay, from here, you're going to really open it up, and my hands and forearms now are like shoulders distance apart. And same concept with the belly, navel in, rib cage drawing together, and then drop. Okay, again, hold. Braining, shaking, huh? Hold, 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 lift it up, and drop. Good. That's a very different, stretch. All right, now let's do more twist. Sukhasana, cross-legged position. And then we're gonna reach our hands all the way up. And exhale, inhale here, exhale, twist to the right. Again, inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, twist. Good. Now we're ready. Grab your wheel. Are you still there? Super intense, huh? Okay, now I want your wheel next to the wall. Okay, at any time, you could always take a break and make sure that if you're a little bit iffy, that's a signal from your body saying that he or she is not ready, right? So sometimes it's hard because our brains want to do something, but our bodies are not used to or ready yet, right? So when you have that fear, it is important to listen to that fear because sometimes your body knows you more than your brain knows what you can or cannot do, right? If that makes sense. So you really want to listen to your body. By listening, if your fear is strong, then step back, making sure that you want to be ready fully before you dive into any pose. All right, this is very intense. Okay, this is how I did my chin stand before I was able to do chin stand without the wall. This is a 13-inch wheel, and I want you to lean next to it with your bum. This way. Now your feet will be touching the wall. And then from here, I'm gonna show you two different ways. The first one I'm showing you now is gonna be a lot easier for somebody who's not super bendy with a back yet. So at least you know where your range is, right? Okay, we're gonna fully drop our chest down on the mat. Okay, so from here, you're just gonna drop and then you have your groin next to the wheel. There. Okay, so your wheel is basically in between your legs. Now from here, we're not gonna do chaturanga arms because this is just to test your back. Right? This is not, you're not really gonna do it, but this is just a great way. Now you're fully stretch your spine. It's important to really fully stretch the spine before you start bending deeply. Okay? I want your hands, palms facing down to your sides. This way. This is kind of how I learned first. Maybe because I was doing this, but this is a lot harder for a lot of people. I totally understand that too. It all depends, right? From here, you're gonna have your toes touch the wall. Okay, one step at a time. You're gonna lift your knees first up from the mat as you walk all the way up with your feet. This is a good test to see where you're at with your back. If this is already super painful or sharp pain, you want to get out of the pose, you're not supposed to feel any sharp pain with any back bends. It should be a discomfort. And you want to be able to distinguish discomfort versus pain, right? Now from here, I'm now lifting my bum up. Closer, you're going to walk your feet towards each other, kind of like feet together, almost. And then you're going to drop your thighs to the wheel. Boom. Point the toes. Now from here, see if you could actually lift the thighs away from the wheel. You're just using the wheel to guide you. Lift it up, extend. Now if you're more comfortable with the toes on the wall, that's fine too, depending on how you're feeling. I'm just like letting you know that you could actually do this and play with this shape. See that? You will see and feel where your back needs more flexibility. Is it the thoracic part? Is it the lumbar? Typically, thoracic is where we're all tight when we're older, right? Lumbar is very soft compared to the thoracic part. Good. And now you could stay here, and to go deeper, you could actually move closer to the wheel. And then again, drop the forearms and the arms or in the palms, and then like this. You'll get used to it. It's a trial and error distance depending on how bendy your back is. And then you could stay here. So from here, again, you're gonna lift the thighs up to work on your muscles and then drop it down. Now, that's a good feeling to test. So of course, if you drop down, one knee at a time first. That's great to really test where your back bend is at. All right, that's the easy level. And if it's too hard for you, you can already stop there. All right, now if you are up for more and you see, okay, can I still do more? We want to counteract that first because that's a very deep back bend. Before we do anything, I like rabbit pose a lot for any deep back bends. It's the easy way to do it. Okay, so coming into your child's pose position, right? And then you're gonna have your hands grab your heels, and then you're gonna drop the crown of your head in front of you and lift the hips away from the heels. Straighten your elbows. You could either stay here, or if you're like me, you want to open or splay out your feet, that's great too. This depends on the bone structure, right? The length of your arm versus the length of your torso and your shin part when you're doing this. So if you'll notice, some people, you might be doing it, your neck or your crown of your head is really close to your knee. That's fine too. We're all gonna be different depending on how you feel. Stay there and just breathe. Okay, to come out of the pose, slowly sitting down and lifting your head up. Slow and controlled. And how are you feeling? You want to get a feel of your body. Listen to it. How are you doing, right? Talk to it. All right, now for the most kind of advanced version of the wall and the wheel. Okay, this is more deep back bend. But before we do that, I want you to go ahead and try this extended puppy version first because it's a lot similar and you'll see why. So for the extended puppy, right, so you're basically just finding your puppy pose. So hips can be stacked on your knees or below your knees rather, but mine, I like my knees farther back from my hips. So this is going to depend again on your bone structure and how bendy or flexible you are. From here, you're going to cross your elbows. So tap one elbow or arm at a time with the hand. Good. And then you're going to lift your chin and bring it on top of your arm. Just like this. See this part of your thoracic and cervical spine? It's like arched, right? Rather than your chin down. So definitely deeper back bend, okay? From here, curl the toes under, and you're gonna lift your knees up, one knee at a time if you like, or both, depending again on how you're feeling, and then walk your feet towards you. Good. See that shape? That's a deep back bend. Okay, drop the knees, and then let's come into a little bit of a boat pose to just counteract that back bend. And to, I like to strengthen a lot. You want to make sure to counteract deep back bends. Okay, boat pose. You could either grab and hold if you like, or if you're up for that challenge, you could always loosen and just hold here. 3, 2, engage the core, and 1. Good. Whew, shaking. All right, for the finale, let's do this. When you're ready, again, have the wheel next to the wall. And then, now, the difference is that same concept, but it's on your forearms. This way. This is going to be a lot bendier, as like what we did on the extended puppy that I showed you earlier. And then have your knees and feet next to the wall. Then your knees are down, and then you're gonna do this one leg at a time, okay? So I'm gonna show you the left leg first because you can see from this angle first. And then you can have the foot, see I'm gonna tap that inside of the wheel towards the wall, so just it doesn't move. You could also place a block in front of the wheel so that to make sure it doesn't move. But sometimes it's hard for my knee, depending on the position. Now from here, you can go get a feel of this, hold that position, and point the toes if you like. There. It's just hard because you're in the shape, you will feel it. So I'm just gonna show you this way. And then you'll feel that back if you're ready or not. And then you wanna do that on the other side to make sure before you attempt both legs, right? So press that wheel with the foot, with the other foot. And then do that on the other leg. Lean your hip to the wheel. And then stay here. And feel that sensation. You could even just stay here and then breathe here for long periods of time, right? I'm just showing you ways, and this is really how I did it. All right, from here, you want to really dip your hip or your belly on the wheel if it's comfortable enough for you. Again, this might be a lot intense for so many of you, so just make sure to listen to your body. I drop the knee, I'm dropping my knee next to the wall, right, to really feel that, and then, or just really be stable, and then I'm lifting the other leg, and I want my feet together. Now, from here, make sure that the wheel is not gonna move, pressing it behind next to the wall, and then you're moving your forearms to where it's comfortable for you to lift your feet up. There. So you're now away from the wheel, and then the purpose is for you to drop the belly to the wheel. Whew, I'm so sweaty, but this is basically what we're trying to achieve. Intense, huh? You could hold this position wherever you are. Let me just fix my bangs. But you could stay there however you like, and this is your wheel with the wall. Chin stand with the wheel. Drop one knee first when you're ready, and then the other. Now again, that's easier when you are very bendy, right? And then we're just gonna forward fold to counteract that back bend, right? Whatever you wanna do, you could do rabbit pose again, child's pose. I'm just gonna forward fold this way. I'm showing you the full forward fold because you really don't wanna fast forward these things. You want to really take your time with your counteract position, or counter pose rather. All right. Whew, how are you doing, guys? Are you still there? Did you make it this far? Let me know in the comments. This is something you can do maybe just once a week if you're just starting with deep back bends. You don't want to push your back all of the time. You want to make sure that you really listen to your body and have enough time to recuperate, regenerate, strengthen your body, maybe work on other parts of your body first before you dive deep again into this class. So yeah, you can do this once a week. I would definitely recommend that if you're working on your deep back bends, because then you will notice how you would feel the week after week after week. All right, when you're ready with chin stand without the wheel, let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely would love to film that for you. Okie dokie, if you enjoy this class, you guys know what to do. If you're always here, just give this video a thumbs up. It helps to support me a lot so that I could continue sharing free videos here on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel, especially if you're new here. And don't forget to ring the bell so that you get notified whenever I upload a new class. And I'll see you guys on the next one.